Okay, 18th chapter is of Bhagavad Gita is said to be the epitome, means a summary of earlier 17 chapters of Bhagavad Gita. So it also has understood that if one reads only 18th chapter, one can comprehend the entire Bhagavad Gita. So if you never seen Bhagavad Gita, if you happen to read it, read only 18th chapter, all first 70 chapters are included in it. Some things are missing, but then ultimately it is the overall summary. I've told you in first session that Jnaneshwari, which is a Prakrit translation of Bhagavad Gita, Jnaneshwar has very clearly mentioned at the start of 18th chapter, Ha Adhyay Nohe means 9, Adhyay Gita chapter. Means just in one chapter, the entire Bhagavad Gita is accumulated or collected. This I'll skip because this is not a reference to that. If you could see, these are all things which we have been seeing in all the chapters so far. But then these are the things which are mentioned in 18th chapter. Few more are there which are not seen here because maybe I couldn't find any connection between those verses and the topic. But then since it is said as a summary of all 17 chapters, I should not differ from it. This is some palm industry, palm tree industry. They have developed a summary of all Bhagavad Gita. Within businesses, which could be applicable to Bhagavad Gita and vice versa. Read it carefully. This is what it happens in all the industries. So this picture is an overview of all your MBA syllabus and all the concepts in that. And with reference to 17th chapter, 16, the one which has covered. It starts from corporate accounting. Some is the most loved one. So this is where you should be aiming at the end of your life, professional life. Overall summary of time management, this is not the way you should do. And professional success all rewards about managing your time. If you are a good time manager, you will never have any kind of stress and all other negative things will happen. This is what your table will look like. Now if you see today, if you have finished reading this entire list, except this mug, yesterday's mug and paper clips, the rest all are compressed in a small machine called as PC or laptop. Nowadays it is there in Enhancement. This is the technology. This is the only one thing which you are supposed to keep on doing in your entire life. Manage the stress, manage anxiety. So strike any key to continue is a common message which you keep on getting. But this is not the way to strike the key. If you strike all the keys and finish with the entire system. Okay, so at the end of the 18th chapter or Bhagavad Gita, what is required, what Bhagavad Gita is intended for is peace of mind. Where do you get peace of mind? That remains on every individual. And most of the creative people are found to get a peace that place. There is one show on, I don't know the channel, I used to watch it in Netflix. The show name is Shark Tank. Some of you might have been watching. So there was one product somebody has developed. They have to take that wall kind of a thing when you go to the toilet. And the moment that activity is done, it will indicate that now you should get up from here and get out of the toilet. So somebody can be so innovative. But true to a greater extent, because that is a place where nobody disturbs you. And you can be at your own, on your own. Well, summarily, Swami Vivekananda was there. Have you seen this any of the times? He has made a very bold statement again 100 years before, 125 years before. Principles of Bhagavad Gita will certainly create future leaders of India who will be far superior to any that have ever been in the world. Two examples are there right in front of you. Mahatma Gandhi was a regular reader of Bhagavad Gita. Swami Vivekananda was the one who was also definitely being spiritual, was a reader of Bhagavad Gita. He also has by heart entire Bhagavad Gita. He has given many speeches across the world on Bhagavad Gita. And taking care about giving you an example of the very recent one, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, though being a Muslim, was a reader of Bhagavad Gita, very regularly. So because it has been proven that the leaders who are in India, those will be far superior than leaders across the world. Therefore, all the top-notch companies have got leaders from India. Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram. Right? Satya Nadella, Shiv and Sundar Pichai. Top leaders. And the success to be achieved will definitely be there. So to conclude, which is the best asana? Again, this was from some television show which was going on, and it was asked the question by the anchor to that person, which is the best asana? He said yoga, and A was added to that. So if you remove this A, we are talking about yoga. Yoga means balanced mind, and yoga is balanced body. And somewhere in the past I said that if you have got a balanced body, your mind will automatically remain balanced. And if you have a balanced mind, your body will also automatically remain balanced. So you have to keep yourself very fit, healthy. I have told you very two simple tips to keep you healthy. One is eat 20% less when you are hungry, and secondly walk 5 kilometers. You don't require to do any kind of exercise, which I can guarantee you, I have been doing it for years. I have got a record till date that I have not taken a single medical leave in my life. Not a single medical leave. I have never been late. Except those 2 times which I mentioned earlier. I have never fallen ill any of the times. Corona didn't affect me at all. Nothing happened to me. Because I practice just 2 things. Whenever I eat 20% less. Then triangle which we are supposed to follow. Eating triangle. Breakfast like a king. Very heavy breakfast. Then dinner, lunch like a common man. And dinner like a beggar. That is the triangle which if you all people will follow, you will never have fat bellies, unlike me, right? And the triangle which most of the people across the world are doing it is exactly the reverse. They will eat or skip the breakfast very little. They will eat heavy lunch, and when they go home for the dinner, पूरा आराम से बैठ के दबा के खाएंगे. That will have very adverse effect on your body. I had been to Hong Kong. I have never come across a single person having fat bellies in Hong Kong, because Hong Kong starts working, and most of the Chinese countries, they start working at 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. They have got their lunch break at 10:30, and then the schools, colleges get closed at 4:30, and all hotels get closed at 7 o'clock in the evening. In Hong Kong I have seen, in Thailand I have seen, all hotels get closed at 7 o'clock in the evening. All hotels in India opens at 7 o'clock in the evening. So we have got what you call multi or 7-course dinner, 3-course dinner, first soup, then your main course, then dessert. So that all we eat at the time of dinner. If you have got your eating habits very odd, you are likely to result into very bad health and very bad later future, because your body, if it is balanced. I further practice yoga, which is yoga positions you might have heard of. I made a mention sometime in the past, different type of body positions. Those kind of yogas, Machasana, then Shirshasana, Makarasana, etc. Try doing it. At this age it is slightly difficult, therefore it is taught to the children where their bodies are very much flexible. A child can touch his feet from here to the backside of his head. You cannot do it at this age. But still, whatever possible you can try to stretch it. Your body postures will keep your body fit, and the mind will always remain fit in a fit body, and vice versa. And at the end, this is what Arjuna says, that Nashto Moha Smriti Ladva Tat Prasadam, means whatever prasad, whatever preaching you have given, I have lost all my greed, I have lost all my concepts. Sitosmi Gata Sandhya, all my conclusions which were there in my mind, those all have been removed. And Karishya Vachanam Dharma, means whatever you are asking me to do, I am ready to do that. So this is a summary of not only Bhagavad Gita, but the entire science which is connected to management. Japan has done research and it has proved all your bodily disorders or illnesses or abnormalities are somewhere in your mind. Acidity is not caused by the diet errors, but more dominated because of stress. The more you have stress in corporate world, you will find people complaining about acidity. Acidity doesn't happen because of diet, but because of the stress. So if you cannot take up the stress properly, the first thing what gets affected is your gut, your stomach, digestion system. Hypertension is not caused by too much of consumption of salty foods, but mainly because of errors in managing emotions. So if you cannot manage emotions, it is likely to adversely affect your hypertension and your blood pressure. Hypertension is high blood pressure. So those people are advised not to eat salt, because salt has got the ability to increase the blood pressure. So a high blood pressure people should not eat salt, they should eat as less salty or almost zero salt, so that hypertension will come down. But it is because basically not managing the emotions properly. Cholesterol is not caused by fatty foods or oils, but excessive laziness or sedentary lifestyle. Sedentary means sitting at one particular position, idle positions. So cholesterol is nothing to do with the oils to a greater extent, or the kind of imbalanced fatty food which you eat, but related to excessive laziness. Asthma, not because of the disruption of oxygen supply of the lungs, but often sad feelings. The more sad feelings you have in your mind, it gets accommodated somewhere in the lungs. I don't know medically how does it happen, but the result or the effect is asthma. Diabetes, not only because of too much of consumption of glucose, but selfish and stubborn attitude. You look at the people, though the percentage of diabetic people is 80% as compared to 100, still most of those 80% people are stubborn. Stubborn means they don't want to change their opinions, and these people will have a diabetes. Kidney stones, not only calcium oxalate deposits, but pent up emotions and hatred. The more you have hatred towards others, it will lead to development of kidney stones, because all those are proven to be connected with medical science, different kind of chemicals which are generated in our brain, which will come down to your body, and those will devastate the entire working system of your body. Spondylitis is not L4, L5 or cervical disorders or due to overburden, but too much of worries will affect your brain, will affect your spinal cord, will damage your L4, L5 cervical disorders, means cord disorders, and it will lead to spondylitis. Proven. Thank you. Thank you. I have been asking you to write down the questions, if at all you have, whether I didn't see anyone writing down the questions. And at the same time, after 10 hours, I don't think that anybody would be in a mood to ask the questions. So you can mail me on this email. Very simple, my name, @gmail. I would be replying you within 24 hours. Okay? Thank you so much. Thanks for being a wonderful and genuine audience which retained till the last 10 seconds. Thank you so much.
Second chapter,
Super science. Yeah.
Tortoise syndrome.
Tortoise syndrome is one, which Abhishek sir was reminding me, then I forgot. There is a concept called as tortoise syndrome. Now, all those Hindu people who go to any temple, you might have seen there is a tortoise at the entrance. The meaning of that tortoise is that tortoise, whenever it gets affected by the external entities, it is attacked by the external entities. What tortoise does, it fetches all his organs and hides himself around his own shell. And with the help of that shell, the war instrument is made. I don't know the English parallel word for that. It is made up of that shell of back of the tortoise. So he keeps himself safe from all the external attacks. So why the tortoise is there in front of the temple is that whenever you are going to the temple, you should keep all your vices, all your negative qualities, all your negative attributes close to yourself, confined to yourself, all your egos, keep it outside the temple and then you come out. And sometimes I have given you an example. When you are walking, you happen to see a temple and then you do like this. I am busy person, so you are sitting idle here, you don't have any work to do, I'll come later. We keep that aside, keep it outside. That's a typical syndrome called as tortoise syndrome. So when you go to the temple, when you go to any god, you have to keep yourself into inverted commas. Totally, or whatever you are, general manager, whosoever you may be, you have to keep it outside and then only enter. Just like tortoise, club all your things under your shade. Keep it to yourself. Keep all your egos at home, whatever they say. That's what tortoise syndrome speaks about. Yes, I am not promoting my book, but if you are interested, you can purchase. I will be giving some copies to your library, so you don't need to purchase. You can read it for free. And I am coming up with soft copy version also, but it will take time. A lot of Amazon norms to be followed for that. I have done a copyright, so that certificate will come any day. I have done this in the Adhyay software. All of you may be knowing called as Turnitin and Open. In both the plagiarism software, it gave 0% similarity. And the first page of the book speaks about 0% similarity. So I will be definitely getting copyright. I have applied for a patent also, so that is yet awaited. Then that is something which I would say with pride, not with ego. But then you will not come across any such book available on internet, on Amazon, which is written on this topic. Give us this is the only book available. Because this is some different thought God has sent me on this earth to do that work. Probably. Okay. So thank you so much.
Thank you.